Happy Friday, everybody. As promised, here is my video summary of what I learned at the 2023 Edmonton Housing Forecast. This was put on by the Realtors Association of Edmonton, and they brought in some really great speakers, some highly knowledgeable people. And so I'm gonna just go through my notes. I told you I would take a lot of them, so here we go. Starting with inflation. Inflation right now is at 6.3%. It feels like it's a lot higher than that, but right now 6.3. The goal is to get it down to 2. Inflation is slowly coming down. There were 7 consecutive interest rate hikes last year, and there is one more coming next week to get to the 4.5 overnight rate. The feeling so far is that interest rate could stay here all year, or it could soften a little bit towards the end of the year. So we're gonna see how that goes. The other what else did I find interesting here? Yeah, rates likely to stay somewhere in that 4.5 area for quite some time. It seems maybe for the next year or two. There are a lot of people moving here though, and so in-migration is playing a huge role, especially in Alberta, because you know when things start happening in Alberta, we need to hire people, and so they typically come in bunches. With that, there's a couple things actually happening here that I found interesting, not just with the in-migration, a lot of people moving here, but also with regards to the stress test that came in, I think at the end of 2016, is they're finding that 20 to 30-year-olds are having a really hard time qualifying for that stress test. And as a result, they are looking at a potential rental market crisis in 2023, where everybody who can't buy anything is going to be looking to rent. So it could create a bit of a market, rental market crisis there. So we got to wait and see how that goes. As far as the market goes, right now the market is quite balanced. Things are doing well. Balanced market just simply means it's not a heavy buyer's market. It's not a heavy seller's market. We do have one of the best markets in the country, and one of the most affordable markets in the country. And again, the way I look at that is that in Alberta we have, a very high relative income and a relatively low standard of living. So you can come to Alberta and make $100,000 a year and live in a nice home for about $350,000, let's say, or $400,000. And you just can't do that in a lot of regions. And so that's always positive for Alberta. So with the market is stable and stabilizing. Prices and rates are stabilizing. Alberta property values expected to plateau, kind of stay where they are, maybe slightly increase over this year, and then that's always good news. And so overall, I'm just seeing if I have any other notes here. That looks like about it. So at the risk of sounding like I was rambling, I think, again, overall, the Edmonton economy and market is doing just fine. And it is going to take some time for inflation to slow. It's going to take some time for interest rates to go down. In-migration coupled with employment in our province means that the likelihood of a recession being announced in Alberta is low. There'll be recessions announced in other parts of Canada and the US is what the prediction is. But the growing migration into our province will increase housing demand, and so that's a good thing. So those are my notes. Again, we're still one of the most affordable cities to live in, and so for buyers and sellers, this is great news. As far as I love a balanced market. That's my favorite market, a fair market for everybody, and so I'm looking. I don't know. For me, I left the forecast feeling really good, positive, and optimistic. Not for any sort of boom or bust, but just for a nice, healthy market where maybe we can just kind of stabilize and breathe a little. So I hope this update, while long, was helpful. And if you have any questions, you know how to find me. Have a good day.